Hello, girl, I look like a salsa dancer, bitch. Ooh, okay, girl, mira lo que se avecina a la vuelta de la esquina. Viene de gorrumbeando. Con la luna en la pupila y su tragua marina va rezos de contrabando. Y donde más no cabalma y se mete el caña poseído por el ritmo racatanga. Y el DJ que lo conoce toca el himno de las 12 para de con la canción más deseada. Y la baila, y la goza, y la canta. You do it. Hacer eje, ha. The heaven to the heavens, say, no, I'm happy and the boogie and the windy beat. Oh, I was so obsessed with that song. My mom was like, Sebastian, that song is diabolical. And I was like, I don't care, I love it. I look like I was in a fucking episode of La Rosa Guadalupe, bitch, okay? Listen, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Sebastian, and I'm your new favorite chismosa. I could be your favorite gay cousin. I can be your new messy best friend. I can be, girl, I can show you the world. Or I can be your hero, baby. Whatever the fuck you want, bitch, I'm here, okay? So we got to talk about Miss Jennifer Lopez because, best friend, there is a new article that I just had to read to you. So today's like a little, oh, and I have a story time. I have a story time at the end because I know you guys love my story times, and I have a story time at the end of how I went on a date with an actual vampire, bitch. And this is a true fucking story, bitch, and I wish it wasn't, bitch. But stay tuned for that. But listen. Oh, I'm sweating, bitch. Oh, I'm sweating. Okay. So there's an article that came out of Miss Jennifer Lopez, right? So, oh, by the way, yesterday, Friday, remember I told you that there was allegedly going to be an announcement yesterday? Well, it never happened, bitch. Well, obviously you guys know because you know I would have done that fucking video. But no divorce announcement, okay? There was some pictures of her looking stressed, pictures of him looking stressed. They look like they are ready to ask for the manager. They look like they are ready to film you. They look like they are ready to fucking, you know, I don't know, bitch, to cut you off on the road, to tell you that there's no more brown bread in the Cheesecake Factory, to talk in the middle of a fucking movie theater. They look like they're ready to ruin your life, bitch, okay? But anyways, girls, so there's a new article that came out, and it was alleging that the documentary that nobody asked for, the This Is Me Now that cost $20 million, was the reason that they allegedly divorced. Let's do some story time, best friend.
So it says, according to an insider, the making of her documentary was a real eye-opener for them, suggesting that the project shed light on underlying issues that ultimately drove them apart. While working on her new album, This Is Me, Ben expresses in one part how astonished he was to find out that currently 54-year-old singer had given songwriters the love letters he had sent her, the Love Bible. Things that are private I had always felt are sacred and special, in part because they're private, the actor told the cameras. So this was something of an adjustment for me. The on-the-floor hitmaker admitted as much herself too. I don't think he's very comfortable with me doing all of this. So why the fuck did you do it? But he loves me. He knows I'm an artist and you're self-centered and egotistical, and he's gonna support me in every way he can because he knows he can't stop me. Girl, what in the Argo star didn't, but things did change between him and Lopez after that. They both sat back and looked at how different they really are. While Jennifer loves being the center of attention, Ben would rather live his life away from the spotlight. At the end of the day, they both just want different things, and that's on that girl. You see, this is what I said. She chose fame over love, allegedly.
Oh, girl, listen, you know what? I should be a professor. I should be a professor at Harvard and give lectures of pop culture. How fucking fabulous would that be, bitch? I could just be there going in with my little, you know, I would need a faja. Because, like, I mean, sitting down, you know, it's cute. But, like, I need a faja to, like, you know, so I can go there. Oh, girl, I could have, like, a suitcase. I could have a suitcase. And then, you know, I would love to be teaching. And I would love to write on the chalkboard. And if you fucking talk in my fucking class, I'll get my nails and I'll just do like that in the chalkboard. Then I'll probably pass out because I really can't listen to that noise. But, oh, my God, it would be so cool. Harvard, girl, I'm here. I'm ready to go, Professor Soto, honey, okay? Don't bring me apples, bitches, all right? Don't bring me apples. Bring me some brown bread from the Cheesecake Factory. Bring me some fucking tamales. Bring me, you know, I don't know, bitch, some boneless chicken wings. But tell me they're vegan, bitch, because I can't, you know, I need to pretend that things are vegan for me to be able to eat them. By the way, for those asking, I'm no longer vegan. I'm vegetarian that eats chicken sometimes. But anyways, girl, listen, let's talk about this. So, you know, this is, I sometimes feel like these like big, you know, like TMZ and Page 6, like I feel like they watch my channel because a lot of the things, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but a lot of the things that I like think that come out of my head, I feel like I always like see them in articles. Do you not? And I'm like, girl, ask for a quote. Call me. I'd love to fucking collab. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm thinking too much about myself, but I have said this before, or maybe I just think very generic like a lot of people. But I do think that this documentary, especially there's this one scene where, okay, so Ben Affleck gave Jennifer Lopez, right? I can't play anything because she loves to go after, allegedly, anyone that uses any of her content. So I'm not using any of it, bitch. But there's a part of the documentary where there's this Bible that Ben Affleck gave Jennifer that has like all the emails and notes, everything that they've shared over the 20 years or when they first met 20 years ago. It's just like a memorabilia of things. And she had it in the recording studio and she allegedly let everybody read it. And he was not aware that everybody was reading their private things, but she called it like their love Bible to bring inspiration to the writers of This Is Me Now. And I'm like, girl, you are, I mean, this is what I mean about, you know, he's expressing how he feels about how he hates all the attention. He hates, you know, the fucking paparazzi. He hates people in your business, and you're over here spending your, you know, $20 million on a movie about your love. And on top of it, showing your private fucking emails and stuff, allegedly. So I'm just like, girl, you know, you had it coming. You had it coming. You had it coming all along. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I wish you would have done the same. Bitch, what if I go to Broadway and I'm the new Roxy?
The name on everybody's lips is gonna be Roxy. The long will made it when I drink the nutty Roxy. I'm gonna be a celebrity. That means somebody everyone knows. They're gonna recognize my eyes, my hair, my teeth, my boobs, my nose.
I could be Rock. When you come see me on Broadway, bitch, I could be the thick Roxy. But I'm gonna need them to slow down the songs, bitch, because I'm gonna be out of breath. Or you know, I could lip sync, girl. I could lip sync. You know, I could lip sync. J-Lo does. Ooh. Listen. So, what do we think, best friend? What do we think about this article? Let me know in the comments below. I really do think that when you put your, you know, life in front of you, that you can see it like a reality show or any type of thing, that obviously raises a lot of questions because you see yourself, you know, because when you're living in it, you're probably not, you know, so, whatchamacallit, what's that word I'm looking for? So not obedient. So, you know, just, you know, like self-reflecting, right? But then when you see yourself and you're like, oh, okay, girl. Like when I edit my videos, I'm like, how did I go from one end to the other? You know, how, like I watch myself and I'm like, oh, wow, that's something new. Okay, all right, we'll deal with that in a second. You know, we have a lot to unpack here, you know. Editing my videos sometimes, girl, can be a little, so I'm like, wow, you guys actually watch. Like, thank you, girl, because you deserve all the brown bread from the Cheesecake Factory, bitch, okay? All right, so let me tell you about the time that I dated a vampire. Now, I will say this, best friend, and I want you to know something, okay? I have always been very open to go on dates. That's why I have so many stories. Now, I may not have gotten to bed with them because you guys know I have a 2-month rule, but I did go on a lot of dates. And one thing about me, best friend, is that when I was single, it was very hard for me to say no to people, right? To be asked on dates, because I believe that, you know, it's not about the appearance. So there was this guy. He had long hair, blonde long hair. He always wore a leather jacket and jeans and these huge boots, okay? And he was the older brother of a friend of mine who we went to the same school together, right? This was when I was maybe like in the university, I was like maybe like 18, I believe. And he was very, very cute. I mean, he was very cute. And, you know, for me, I always, you know, in my head, I always been attracted to men, you know, who look like men. You know, I've never been attracted to like boy looking men. You know what I mean? And this guy just screamed man, and, you know, he was very cute. So, you know, we were out one night, and it was a very casual night. We went to this place where students would go after. This is in Europe, so, you know, you could drink if you wanted to. There was beers and stuff, whatever. And all of a sudden, you know, he walks in, we meet, blah, blah, blah. And right off the bat, you know, my friend says, oh, my brother's bi. You know, so, hey, why not? You know, and I'm like, oh, wow, okay. So, you know, we get to talking, everything is cool, and we exchange numbers. But I didn't get the vibe of romantic. I got the vibe more of a friend. But coming from him, I was giving off the vibe of like, you know, I could go on a date with you, but he was giving more the vibe of friend. And okay, that's fine. We text for some time, couple days, this and that. And, you know, I just honestly, sometimes I look back and I'm like, wow, Sebastian, you were so much more out there and outgoing. Cause, you know, I now, even, you know, I'm married, but I could never, I don't think I could ask anybody out, but I did ask him out, and he agreed, and it was great that he agreed. And, you know, I text my friend and she goes, oh my God, that's so cool, but this, that, whatever. So he picks the place, and it's this bar that's like underneath, like underground, if you will. And you have to go on some stairs to go into the bar. And he was wearing practically the same outfit. And I remember I went with like a baby pink turtleneck with like a khaki blaze. Like I could not look more preppy. Like I literally looked like I was on the set of Clueless. And so I went there, and he made fun of my outfit, but like in a flirty kind of way. And he, you know, he said, you know what, I don't know exactly, I don't remember everything, but I remember we sat down, and I remember just looking around and looking at all these people, and everyone was smoking cigarettes. It was so full of smoke. It was very heavy metal music. He asked me 10 times if I wanted to go. I remember ordering I was really obsessed with Irish coffees, which is basically like coffee with whiskey and whipped cream. So you know, that was like my sophisticated drink, but I really loved the whipped cream on it because it tasted like a Frappuccino. So I remember sitting there, and he was drinking this like very dark beer. And I remember him just sort of like, you know, long hair and just drinking the beer and chain smoking Marlboro Red cigarettes. I remember that very well. And then I remember like, you know, coughing a little bit, but I used to smoke too. So I would, you know, I came out with my Marlboro Lights because that's what I used to smoke, just smoking my Marlboro Lights. And we started talking, and, you know, he was telling me that, you know, he, I guess, was, you know, in university, and, you know, he was a musician, I think, something like that, but he wanted to be like a veterinarian, something like that. Just like very random stuff we were talking about. I do remember the veterinarian part. And then this is where some things got a little bit weird because he asked me what I believed in, and I thought he meant like religious things, and he goes, no, like mythical creatures, what do you believe in? And I said, well, I mean, I don't believe this is a mythical creature, but I you know, I believe in mermaids, I believe in aliens, I believe in, you know, I believe in everything. And he goes, oh, really? And I said, yeah, obviously it's true. And then he goes, well, yeah, he's like, I'm the same way. I'm so happy to hear that. And he goes, what do you think about vampires? And I'm like, oh my God, of course. Vampires obviously exist. Like, cause I believe in all of that. I believe that, you know, bitch, I still believe in Santa Claus. I'm not even kidding. So anyways, so he goes, oh, wait, you believe in vampires? I'm like, yeah, of course. And he goes, well, Sebastian, I mean, I'm a vampire. Say what now? I believe, right? But I wouldn't, I mean, actually, with the way that he was dressed and acting, yeah, no, I could. So I said, say what now? So I remember him explaining that he was spiritually a vampire. you know, I asked him, do you turn into a bat? He said no, you know. He said that he does have, I don't exactly remember what it is, but maybe you guys can look it up. But there's this thing that I guess vampires do, that they do like wilderness runs. So they go in like the middle of the night when it's pitch black, and they just like run around the forest and run around wilderness and, you know, kind of be one with nature. I don't know what it's called. Nature calls. I have no idea what it's called. So, you know, he was telling me about this, and, you know, then the subject of him, you know, drinking blood came about. And, you know, that's when I was like, because here's the thing with me, I'm so open to hear about your stories. I'm so open to hear about everybody's lifestyle. And even though if it's not me, like, I just love to learn. So I was like embracing it. And he was like, well, you know, he's like belonged to a group or something, and that they do drink blood. And I was like, what in my strange addiction is going on here? You know, I was just thinking about that. And then I just remember that, you know, he was so excited that I wasn't turning away or wasn't, you know, I guess making fun of him or anything. And I remember told me that he wasn't into me romantically until that moment, because I was so open. So I thought to myself, I mean, how many single, you know, good looking, you know, rocker, bad type guys are? I mean, he's a vampire. Okay, what? Listen, he's a vampire. I'm an emotional eater. We both do, you know, crazy shit. Why not, right? So I just remember, like, you know, I remember being very curious about things. So anyways, that night, you know, I was very, he was just very, very sexy. You know, he really was. And I was just very into him, you know, I really was. And even though now I can hear like the things that he said to me, and I would react differently now, probably. Not judgy, but I don't think I would be able to go out with you. Girl, he must have put me under a fucking spell. Well, I ended up in a grave yard, right? What is it called? The cemetery. There was one very close to my house, and actually we would often go and hang out there. I know, just to like, it was a beautiful park, so we would go and hang out there. But anyways, I ended up in a cemetery with him, and I remember that we went to like the little park area. It was nighttime. I was terrified. But it was kind of cute because like he gave me his leather jacket. Like he was just a very like nice guy. I was so under his fucking spell, bitch. He put something in my fucking Irish coffee, bitch. And I just remember like him telling me, let's lay down and look at the moon. So we did. And then I just remember him starting to grab the grass and sort of like start going and just grab the grass. And he kept like, just like kind of pulling it out and then just like returning and grabbing it and, you know, kind of doing, you know, these type of things, you know, just like, and then just like that. And I was like, what in the honey boo boo? And then he just, you know, kept. I was like, does he think we're having sex? What? I don't know what in the 50 Shades of Grey is going on here? And he just kept on. And then he started giggling and he started making all these noises. And I said, are you okay? And he goes, join me. So he grabs my hand and he starts doing that movement with the grass. And I was like, if a fucking worm or a fucking insect or a rat comes, I'm gonna fuck him up. And he just, you know, this and that. And now at this point, I remember feeling very weird. Then I fully remember like kind of questioning, you're in a cemetery. It's like 12 or something. You're practically making love with the grass with a fucking vampire, Sebastian. Like, what is happening here, right? So I just remember kind of like feeling a little bit, you know, kind of turned off about it at that point. And I was expecting for us to share our first kiss, you know? And, you know, I kind of wanted him to kind of like nibble on my neck. Not a bite, bitch. Okay, that's until our third date. But just, I wanted to, you know, get a little frisky with him, you know, maybe first base or something. Well, best friend, he got to first, second, third, fourth, and fifth base with the fucking grass, bitch, okay? That man, I believe, had probably one of the biggest orgasms I've ever seen. And he actually told me that he was making love with Mother Nature. And that's what vampires did or something. And I just remember like thinking, oh, sweetie, this is the last time we're going to be going out. And I do remember that, you know, he did drop me off at home. He walked me home. And I do remember that like he would text me occasionally. And he's like, I'm in our spot. You know, I'm in our spot. Wear black and come. And I was like, I don't know what kind of partner you're going to have to find in life, but I hope you find it. And I was like really kind of like, now that I think about it, I'm like, he didn't even try and bite me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he did not even try and bite me. And then I saw this documentary about vampires, and then they were like, in the documentary, they're like, you know, if they drink other people's blood, they need to make sure it's like a healthy blood, it's somebody that takes care of themselves. And I'm like, oh, the motherfucker didn't bite me because he thought I was too fat. I'm like, bitch, you would be lucky to try this, okay? You would be lucky. Edward who, honey? Edward who? Anyways, girl, so that was one of my weirder dates. It was fun though. Like, I just, you know, I found it to be very interesting, you know, and he was very charming, I do have to say. But now that I've like seen vampire movies, like they do like put spells on you. I'm like, what if the motherfucker put a spell on me, bitch? Anyways, girl, listen. I guess he didn't want this thick, juicy ass bitch. Okay, and that's fine with me, girl, because I was not about to be Bella, you know, like, Edward, Jacob, I don't know. I don't know who to choose. Like, no, bitch, I know who to choose. I choose me and food, okay? Anyways, girl, that was my story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I definitely feel like I should write a fucking book because I have so many stories. There's some stories that I don't know if I feel very comfortable sharing. But then again, I'm like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Anyways, girl, I talked too long. I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah.